Pakistan's ex-foreign minister Bilawal Bhutto reference to Pastor Martin Niemöller's poem First They Came come against the backdrop of an exponential increase in the Middle East turmoil due to Israel's attack on Iran, a situation further exacerbated by the U.S. strikes on Tehran's nuclear facilities. The PPP chief has led Pakistan's diplomatic offensive, which saw the high-level diplomatic delegation visiting the U.S. and Europe. After last month's armed conflict with India following New Delhi's cross-border strikes after an attack in Indian, illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir's IIOJK, Pahalgam. In retaliation, Pakistan launched Operation Bunyanum Marsus and downed 6 IAF fighter jets, including 3 Rafales and dozens of drones. After at least 87 hours, the war between the two nuclear-armed nations ended on May 10th with a ceasefire agreement brokered by the U.S. Pakistan will go to war. Bilawal said Pakistan had achieved military, narrative, and diplomatic success against India through the blessings of Allah. A cheap copy of Israeli PM Netanyahu exists in the region. He said, referring to India, "We defeated India on the battlefield. In diplomacy and in the war of narratives," he claimed. The PPP chief added that his delegation had presented Pakistan's stance and narrative internationally. And wherever we went, the cheap copies team followed. "We had already won the war," Bilawal said, emphasizing that Pakistan's narrative, that regional instability is not in the interest of the people of either Pakistan or India, had found global traction. "We raised the issue of Kashmir," he said, adding that during the previous government's tenure in 2019, India launched an attack on Kashmir, but the then Prime Minister responded by saying, "What do you expect me to do, go to war with India?" Pakistan's economic future hinges on its ability to align industries with global demand trends and harness its comparative advantages. For decades, made in Pakistan was synonymous with textiles and agriculture. While these sectors remain essential, the real game changer lies elsewhere, a shift toward innovation-driven, high-growth industries that can redefine the country's economic landscape. This transformation is no longer theoretical. It's happening now. From a booming tech ecosystem and fintech revolution to advancements in renewable energy, electric vehicles, and pharmaceuticals, Pakistan's sunrise industries are emerging as the new engines of growth. The question is, are we ready to embrace and accelerate this change? Let's start with the elephant in the room, our tech revolution. Pakistani IT exports crossed $3 billion in 2024, and that's not even counting the freelancers working through personal accounts. Systems Limited, our first tech unicorn, isn't just a local success story, it's a wake-up call. But here's what really gets me fired up, our fintech explosion. For decades, we've scratched our heads over how to bank the unbanked. It turns out that the answer wasn't more bank branches. It was putting banking in people's pockets. Rost, our instant payment system, processed nearly 892 million transactions, totaling around Rs 20 trillion in about 2 weeks. Companies like SataPay and ABHI are making payday loans and salary advances as easy as ordering biryani online. This isn't just banking, it's Financial Revolution 2.0. Speaking of revolutions, let's talk about Pakistan's green transition. Yes, I can hear the skeptics, but what about our energy crisis? Fair point, but consider this. Solar power is now cheaper than grid electricity in most parts of Pakistan. The Jimpir Wind Corridor in Sindh is generating more power than a mid-sized dam. When the World Bank commits $10 billion to Pakistan's clean energy transition, you know this isn't just environmental feel-good, it's serious business.